We woke up to a surprise batch of albino cory eggs all over our tank. Watch us collect them from the plants in glass, set up a nursery, and welcome our new baby fry into the world. Today we found a beautiful surprise in our tank. Our albino cories spread eggs on our tank wall and even on some of our Anubias leaves. We even noticed they put some eggs right on the filter outflow pipe. We're going to try to gently roll these off so none of them gets left behind. This happened right after a water change. The water we added had a temperature which was slightly lower than the one in the tank. We actually had cory eggs once before, but we left them right here in the community tank. By day 2, the other fish ate every single one. So this time we're taking no chances and moving them somewhere safe. When rolling them off, we found that sliding your finger upward works best. Pushing downward feels like you might crush or damage them. We also found several eggs underneath the Anubias leaves. Cories often lay them on the underside of plant leaves for protection. If you don't look underneath the plants, you can easily miss these. Now for some of the smaller Anubias leaves, it was actually easier to just trim the leaf off entirely. Plus, these leaves were covered in a bit of blackbeard algae anyway, so this gives us a great excuse to do some tank cleanup while collecting the eggs. Now that we've collected all these eggs from the community tank, it's time to move them into their nursery. We filled a small breeding tank only about a quarter of the way full, and we used water directly from the main tank so we don't shock the eggs with different parameters. We keep the water shallow so the tiny newborn fry don't get exhausted trying to reach the surface for air. We also added a heater in the breeding tank to make sure the temperature stays stable. Next, we add a couple of drops of methylene blue. Cories lay their eggs in clusters, and the parents don't fertilize every single one, so the unfertilized eggs are prone to growing fungus, which can spread to the rest of the batch. So the methylene blue prevents the fungus from growing. The bad eggs will still turn an opaque white, but hopefully the fungus won't take over. We found out about this methylene blue tip on the Keeping Fish Simple channel, and it absolutely works. Okay, here you can see that we also added an air stone, which helps to keep the flow in the tank and keeps the eggs oxygenated. The eggs typically take between 2 to 3 days to start hatching, depending on your water temperature. Warmer water can speed up the process slightly. Once the fry start hatching, it's time to begin clearing out the methylene blue. We'll start doing daily 20% water changes to gradually refresh the water. And if you look right here, you can actually see one of the eggs hatching right now. Let's take a look at some of the brand new wigglers. This looks a bit like outer space right now, but if you focus your eyes, you'll see the tiny baby fry wiggling around. Some of these little guys are already very active. This one is kinda bumping into everyone. Another good way of removing some more of the methylene blue is by adding some botanicals. We are adding catappa leaves here. We'll only add these two so we don't drop the pH too much. We also noticed a few eggs are starting to get fuzzy. That fuzz is usually fungus, so we want to pick those right away so it doesn't spread to any healthy eggs that might still hatch. Oh, this little guy is hiding in the cluster of fuzzy eggs we were trying to suck out, so let's see if we can get him to leave. We can try squeezing a bit of water over them with this pipette to flush him out, or maybe move the cluster out of there. Wafting the water like this should do the trick. Let's take a look under these botanicals, make sure no eggs with fungus are hiding underneath. Yeah, we'll need to suck out the fuzzy ones. If you look close, you can already see their little pectoral fins taking shape. At just 7 days old, they're already using them to steer themselves. Look at this guy wiggle. Now on the left side of the screen we can see a fry hatching live. Let's put this little guy front and center to see him better. So here are the fungus eggs we removed. You can see how fuzzy, white and opaque they are. This little guy is one of the most active ones we've noticed. We'll try to feed them. We'll take a little bit of water out and put some shrimp baby food to dissolve it and try to feed the fry. We can't really tell if it's too early to feed them, but we will try it out and suck the food out afterwards if they can't eat it. At this point, we're still doing daily water changes, so I think we'll be okay. Now, unfortunately, we lost quite a few fry. The first two we lost 2 days after they hatched. Now we want to take out the ones that didn't make it. You can see they're a little bit fuzzy as well. We're not sure why we lost them. We might have fed them too early. We don't really know. We did check the water parameters. Everything looked good. We also did daily water changes. So we're not really sure. This was our first attempt at raising albino cory fry. We're going to keep researching to figure out what went wrong so we can get it right next time. If you have experience breeding Corydoras, would love to hear your advice. You can leave a comment below and let us know what worked for you. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.